anytime I leave the house now, like before, didn't care until I started thinking about it. What if I get pulled over and they search my car, or what if I get into a fist fight road rage incident? I can't go out wearing flip flops and no underwear. And
because why?
Well, I need to be.
Somebody gonna beat you so bad they're gonna beat your underwear off of you?
No, I'm not gonna have any on.
Okay.
They need what I can't
off.
run. Yeah, I can't run the risk of getting into it's more so like a scuffle than like a car search situation. But if I get into a fight, I need to have at least shoes that I can maneuver good in,
Or run,
and also hit a roundhouse kick, without losing one of them. Yeah,
Plant well.
So you said, road rage incident or get pulled over or something.
Yeah.
So the cops pull you over. They check your underwear now, or
like, hey, you got underwear on?
I don't think so, but I don't want to risk it.
You can't afford to take that chance, can you?
Right. I also don't want to, on the off chance I lost a Benadryl in the car and they can't identify it. They're like, well, you got to go to jail. I'm like, well, shit. Now I don't have no underwear on.
Now I got to sit in this jail cell with no underwear.
Yeah. And it's not like, oh, well, he's, they're going to find out I don't have underwear while they're processing. But it's like, now I'm just out here for the world,
Yeah, or like you say, you pass out, and they're like, "Hey, we got to revive him," and they cut your shirt off. How
Yeah.
they revive him? They cut your pants off. Oh,
Yeah.
man.
Oh,
I
I
got no
caught
underwear on.
Somebody stabbed me in the thigh, and
I
I got
can say if they need to revive him by cutting his pants off,
Yeah.
we've
You
got
don't know
more
these days.
issues than lack of underwear.
You don't know these days.
Lack of underwear is not going to be your major issue.
somebody doesn't know how to do CPR. I'm like, I'm passed out, and they're cutting my pants off. I'm like, nah, fam, I'm up here.
I'm up here.
Yeah.
Stop it. I don't have underwear on.
Yeah, you're not going to revive me down there, I don't think. But
like
yeah,
a
I think
smelling
about
salt.
that. I don't
So
think
these
about
are
it a
the
lot.
things you think about.
While I'm pooping, mostly.
Oh, well,
Yeah. I mean,
so now
Deep
you won't
thought.
go out of the
Deep
house
thought.
without underwear or without titty shoes on?
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The least I'll do is some dude shoes, because I know I can at least, kick somebody in the fucking, I can get.
You can still make it happen.
Basically,
in some
what
dude shoes.
I also think about this. Say I was in a ice cream shop,
happens to me all the time.
because I do frequent. one.
Let's just say
The
that.
danger zone over here. And somebody was in there talking shit, or
Somebody
Them
just-
damn ice cream shop roads.
Yeah.
how
making
they
fun
are
of
in
my
ice cream shops now.
right, making fun of me getting a milkshake instead of a 2-scoop sundae. And I turn around, I'm like, hey, Buster, Dale, don't, whatever his name is, don't be talking shit. And he's like, oh, you want to fight? And I'm like, all right, here we go. And I turn around and I'm, free balling and got flip flops on and this shirt on. That's all I got. He looks at me. He's like, "Oh, I'll beat this little slumber party having ass bitch's now. I'll beat his ass."
Then I'll take his ice cream.
Yeah, but I turn around and I got my dude shoes on and I got some shorts and you can see the lines of my underwear.
You feel better then.
You feel
don't
I
you?
feel more
confident.
secure. I feel more ready to, and then I can turn around and I can get in my Street Fighter stance,
Start bouncing.
and I scream Hadouken and surprise him and kick him.
When you scream Hadouken, he's going to run.
Oh, yeah. So you going to turn around and run out the door.
Yeah.
Oh, he's gonna-
It's like
oh,
an
shit.
intimidation tactic. You just got to yell real
Yeah.
loud, but it's got to be Hadouken.
Right.
Or it won't scare 'em.
Well, that's why I want to learn.
Chatties.
Yeah, like an Oriental language, honestly. Just 4 or 5 sentences. I don't need to be conversational, but just 4 or 5 basic sentences that don't mean anything.
Yeah, you don't have to be fluent.
Yeah, it doesn't have to mean I'm going to beat your ass. It can mean, hey, it looks like it's going to rain today. But if I say it in Orient,
An aggressive tone.
In Orient.
yeah, if I say it in Orient and I'm in my Street Fighter stance, ready to,
They won't know the difference.
oh,
It doesn't-
they're going to be like, oh shit,
Ooh.
damn,
I don't
I
wanna
thought he
fight
was
no
just
more.
fat.
Yeah. Turns out he's cultured.
Yeah, he's fat and cultured.
Just
so,
like this ice cream.
so now they're.
That's good.
How's it going? So now they're people won't get that.
Nah.
So now they're I blew my mind. Now they're not just thinking, oh well, he's going to outweigh me, so we can't go to the ground. But now they're thinking, shit, he's been trained in the classical arts.
Mm-hmm.
Classical.
Yeah.
He probably has a robe.
Oh yeah, he got a
He
damn.
got a belt that's one color. I'm not saying black belt. I'm
Right.
just saying, he's taking
One
a couple
color.
classes.
Might be orange.
Yeah, and that's
It
what I'm
might-
telling
it's probably yellow.
Yeah.
It's probably
Yellow?
the first, but
well,
still.
Well, here's a suggestion.
Ain't no
man.
stripes on my
Just-
belt.
Just a suggestion.
Mm-hmm.
That maybe you get you a little, little Ziploc bag or a little ditty bag or something, and put you a brand new spare pair of underwear,
Yeah.
and maybe maybe an old pair of shoes that you don't wear much anymore, but are still functional to your needs.
Yep.
Put them in the vehicle so that they're always there. That way, if you accidentally leave the house unprepared and you get somewhere and it's an urgent ice cream stop,
Yeah.
you can say, "Hey, I better get prepared before I go in there." And
Right.
while you're in
So
the
you
vehicle,
have-
you could remedy the situation before you go into the mafia ice cream shop.
Yeah.
And
So
have to
you
do
asked
it.
girl before about having the to-go bag.
Yeah.
Always
a
have
go
it
bag,
ready.
not a to-go bag.
to-go bag
We have
sounds
to-go
fat.
bags.
yeah.
Earl has a go bag.
Go back.
But now see, Earl's also got a ditty bag.
Yeah.
We've all had
Well, I was
ditty
wondering
bags
what
when we
that
was
was.
younger.
You said it, and I was just going along with it. I assumed it was like a fanny pack for men.
No.
No,
Okay.
no,
Well, I thought
no.
the same thing, except it was just a Crown Royal bag that you tied a rope to.
Well,
It
Put
could
it
be
right
that.
That is a ditty bag. A ditty bag
I
is a
got
little
you.
bag with that little rope
Oh,
in
yeah,
the
little
neck
pouch.
that you cinch up.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
got you.
You
So I was
know,
close.
and that way
But you gotta,
just-
back for us, we always had a toothbrush in our ditty bag because you didn't know where you're gonna stay.
Yeah,
and,
you might
where
not
you
come home
stay
for
at.
3 or 4 days.
As
yeah,
long
a pair
as
of
you don't-
socks. Y'all had a pair of socks and some cologne. You had to
Okay.
have it in there. In your ditty bag. You just
And
carried
fresh
it everywhere
pair of
you went.
socks.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, come on. You don't never know when you're gonna lose your socks.
Yeah. Well, only problem with that is, and I like the idea, mine's going to have to be like a grocery bag because my shoes aren't going to fit in a ditty bag.
Well,
You got to,
it would have to be the appropriate size bag.
Like
Yeah.
a duffel bag.
yeah, basically. I'm just going to need to have a book bag with me at all times. I do have a little space in my truck that is like a hidden compartment that I keep a pair of shoes in. I have a pair of wind pants for some odd reason and a shirt that doesn't fit.
Stick your little pair of underwear in there, and you good to go.
Yep.
You be prepared.
The only problem I think I'm going to have is if this does happen, it's going to be in a like a whirlwind situation where it's like things are happening really quick. I don't know if I'm going to have time to call a timeout, run outside, and take my pants off and put underwear on.
Well, you're going to have to be prepared when you get to the spot and you realize, hey, I have found myself in a situation where I have got to go into this ice cream shop, but I left the house unprepared.
I don't have underwear.
You can
on.
get prepared before you go in.
Yeah,
See,
that's a good
that's the
point.
key is being prepared before you go into the mafia ice cream shop
Right.
to deal with the underworld.
Dale.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a good point. Also, another issue I'm going to run into that doesn't bother me but could bother someone else is I'm not. I'm too big to get fully dressed in a car. So if I pull my unit out in the parking lot near an ice cream shop,
You might run into
With
a
the kids
couple
everywhere.
different issues.
that's what I'm saying.
So maybe, maybe
That's why I do what I do now.
the shoe thing.
if I'm
you
going
can,
somewhere,
you can
put
deal
underwear
with.
on.
Just if you're going somewhere, put underwear on.
Yeah.
If you walk out of the door to go somewhere and you're like, hey, I don't have underwear on, just turn around.
Yeah.
Like go back inside and
Right.
redo.
So
and then
if you
come back
just
out.
say you left the house, just say 2 times a day. That's
Yeah.
600 something times a year. Out of those 600 times, how many times do you go out without underwear on?
Depends on what time of day it is.
What, at 10 o'clock every morning you take your underwear off
No,
for the rest of the day or what?
Here's how it goes.
maybe it's like like a end of the day and beginning of the day type thing.
It's mostly end of the day.
I got you.
Because I don't go outside.
So
and-
after 6, you're like, on underwear.
yeah, it's not 6. It's more like 8.
I got you.
But after 8, there's a 50-50 chance I'm gonna have underwear on.
Understandable.
Yeah, but after 8, most of the ice cream shops are closed, so that that helps.
Exactly.
Something.
Sometimes I'll get in that weird window of 7-ish where I'm like, I could use some ice cream, or I want some ice cream.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm ever in a situation where I'm.
Never
Unless
mind.
your
I ain't got no
sugar's
underwear
low.
on.
Like,
And that's been a problem before. I've thought, well, I don't have no underwear on.
ooh, they close at 8. It's 7:30. I'm gonna run down there real quick. Phew, you're
I
out the
don't
door.
have time to get underwear on.
Don't have time to
What
get
I'm
underwear.
saying is, I've been in an ice cream shop 2 times in my life with no underwear.
And barely made it out alive both times.
yeah. So, and
Almost had to
that's
throw down a couple times.
yeah. And I've never really gotten into. I feel like the people in there, because I've talked about it on here before. They're of Ukrainian or
Latvian.
Yes, they're from descents not near us. And I asked them one time, and then I forgot what they said. It was either Romania or Ukraine.
That sounds right. It sounds more like Romania.
And that's a lot of shit happens over there. I think it's more like James Bond movies
Mixed with like Wild Wild West.
Yeah.
Except cold.
Yeah, you go in an ice cream shop over there, it could be some delicious Ukrainian ice cream, or you could get taken.
Yeah.
You know, and then Liam Neeson had
it could
to
be
come
a
find your ass. So it's 50-50 chance. And then these guys are running this one, so I'm like, hey,
They
there's a
could have
good
brought
chance.
that stuff over here with them, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know. Now, hell, I go get a damn hot dog. I free ball the whole way. I don't give a damn. I ain't worried about people at Skins. How many? You know, it's never what do you want or what can I get you. How many?
Yeah, dude, you could distract whoever you're trying to fight you at a Skins with just giving them a hot dog.
Yeah.
Because you know they're wanting that hot dog if
Right.
they're at Skins, like inside.
Or y'all gonna be in there getting ready to go down. They go say, "How many?" About every 3 seconds.
Yeah.
And y'all ain't gonna be able to fight. You can't concentrate.
Right.
No, it's too much distraction.
Or,
Stop doing something.
yeah. All the way. I'm like, damn it.
No.
And everybody knows the lady I'm talking about.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And no one knows her name.
No,
No.
I think she owns
Miss
part of that ice
Skins.
cream shop down there.
Nah, she, I don't think there's a lot of, how can I say this delicately?
And what possesses you to want to do it delicately?
Well,
now.
yeah, there's not a lot of, I don't think, I haven't been, but I don't think there's a lot of people in Romania who share the same heritage as she does.
Yep.
I did it.
Yep. Culturally different.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you think
She's probably
you
descended
think she's
from
Japanese?
Vladimir Dracula.
The ice cream shop people are.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This lady,
Japanese?
if she is, she's hiding it well. I mean, if she is, she's hiding it well. She's more along the lines of like Gullah Gullah Island,
Ah,
Yeah.
you know. And that's fair to say, I think.
Yeah.
I don't think
It's
it's
a real spot.
Yeah. And hell, I might be a malignant or whatever.
a what?
Have a couple of my lug nuts loose.
Yeah. Earl, do you know about the malignants?
No, I'm
Okay.
not familiar with malignants.
I'm saying it wrong, I think. But
No
apparently,
wonder you don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, if it were pronounced correctly, I might know
What is
exactly
it?
what you're talking about.
Melungeon?
Melungeon.
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 Yes.
Yeah.
Ah.
Now, you do know
Actually,
about them.
Yeah.
Okay. I feel like I could be one.
I mean, you do got a bump on your head and fair eyes.
Well, that's the thing. It's what are the characteristics? A bump in the middle of your skull, and I got one.
Yep.
You know, I got to cut around it when I cut my hair.
Cut around.
So let me get this right. You
Hold
got a
on.
bump back of hair growing out of it?
That might be a start of a rat tail.
Or
But I got a
duckbill.
bump on the back of my skull at the near the base, or cancer. I'm gonna
You
go
might
rat.
want to check
Melungeon.
into
I'm
that.
gonna go rat tail.
Melungeon. Rat tail.
Yeah.
Melungeon rat tail.
Darker hair. When I have hair, it's darker.
Mm-hmm.
Light eyes, check,
Mm-hmm. 3
and
for 3 right now.
darker skin tone. You look white, but you kind of off
You
white.
got like a tan.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and
Now,
I don't.
you might be missing that. I ain't-
I'm a little pasty right now, but in the summertime, dog, I could be melunging all day.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just saying, and even you, open your eyes wide.
I got them dark eyes.
Yeah, but they're lighter than you think. Like what are those, brown?
No, I like to call them gray.
so,
yeah.
so is it possible that y'all have different daddies?
I don't think that. I think that it's possible that
I think
someone
that-
in our
Got
In our
different mothers.
lineage,
no, someone back in the family tree.
climbed up to Appalachia and made some mixes. You know,
Yeah.
mixed up the pottery per se.
Yeah,
Is that why Big Buddy always had feathers around the house?
and
Just saying.
and that's what it is. It's a white Appalachia and African.
Yeah.
It's white, black, and brown is what it is.
Yes.
You know, and it's a mix, and it's basically a tribe of people from the mountains, mountain people.
Do y'all have your own language or something? I mean,
They do probably. I don't
no, he
speak
didn't
it.
fall for that, did he?
I don't speak it, but I could learn it, and then I
There's
could
your
use
part.
it in my fight
There
situation.
you go.
There
There's
we
your
go.
language.
And I bet you that would sound
Even if you
terrifying.
had to fight a Chinese, they
Yeah.
wouldn't know what the hell you were saying.
Exactly. But I think we're gonna have to dig into this further. And
So is this where
We're gonna have to 23 and
Hadouken
me
came
this.
from?
No, Hadouken came from Street Fighter,
Oh, okay.
video game. But
that
it
was-
could have been.
Who knows where it came from them?
Could
You
be
know,
like
who-
high priest to the. And I'm just saying I don't know, but I could be. I have some of the characteristics.
Yeah, he checks a lot of the boxes.
Yeah.
You
You
know,
might not want to do one of those 23andMe
Well,
tests. You know?
I'll tell you what, I'm not doing the one that you shit in a little Tupperware and send that in. I ain't doing that.
You don't want to get your Tupperware mixed up with you.
I ain't doing that.
I
So
thought
the-
this was chili.
The 23andMe, we do need to do one, I think.
So I want to ask you something now
Yeah.
before you go too far about
Yep.
this.
I
You
think
know,
that's a mouth swab.
you talking
though.
about your Tupperware, shitting in your Tupperware and sending it off. I want to know how you get the job and who's got the job and why they got the job, and it can't pay enough.
Oh, I think it's one of those just, they just needed a job.
Well,
probably somebody down on their luck.
Hard on the meth or something
No, I think you got to be a little bit, I think you got to have some brain cells to
to open it up.
analyze.
Open up at Tupperware.
Well, no, I'm thinking more of like the scientific side of it. Like
No, I'm talking about
analyze
who's the
DNA.
one that opens up at Tupperware when
I
it
don't
comes
think
in.
it's a scientist. I
that's
don't want
a-
you to think that either. I think it's more like a mix between a janitor and a chemist.
Yeah, it's like an in between. It's a temp agency job.
Yeah, it's like the it's,
That's why it's a temp agency. After about 2 days of that, you're
Yeah.
like,
They're like,
"Nah,
I ain't
we ain't
doing this
this
no
no
more.
more."
No.
How was work today, hon? Well, I opened 600 Tupperware's a turd.
Yeah, I'm not doing that one.
It was a little shitty.
I'll do a mouth swab or one that you gotta, spit in a bucket or whatever.
spit in a plastic bag.
Yeah.
Send it off.
But I'm not shitting in no tub. I ain't doing that. I quit doing that when I was a damn baby.
Nah, dude, I ain't doing that at all.
Yeah. And just I can't even. I saw an advertisement for it on TV, and they have like a little cute cartoon, like
Yeah, to make it less gross.
right.
Initially to your senses.
Exactly, and then you're like, oh well, this will tell me all kind of stuff. This will tell me if I got AIDS, or it'll tell me if I got if I'm a malegaman or whatever, and it's like cool. All you got to do is just like 23andMe. You're like cool. So you send a little mouth swab. They're like, no, actually, you shit in the Tupperware and send it to us.
Who's paying for the freight? 'Cause it's-
Yeah,
Plus, I want to ask you a question.
and
about
I'm not
this.
wasting a Tupperware on that.
And I'm like you.
Are you
I hadn't
supplying
done
the
this
Tupperware
before,
is the
but
real question.
I would imagine you're just gonna send a little Tupperware container in, right? So,
Supposedly,
well, you got to squat over that thing and hope you hit it right, or what?
I guess.
I don't know. I mean, you just got to figure it out at that point.
Well,
I would go with the big one.
I'd go with a 2-gallon
more, yeah, I was
size.
gonna say more
number
square
2 washed
area.
up, or-
Now that would be funny. Here's what I'm saying. I'm not doing it.
I'm not either.
Okay.
No.
All right. Somebody, Trey, probably.
Trey can do it.
We could get Trey, and they'll send him the thing, and it's probably half the size of Earl's cup right there. So here, now fill to this line.
Nah.
We gonna go to damn Walmart and get one of them big ass tubs,
yeah.
And feel to that line.
and he gonna shit in that thing, and then we gonna send him the whole
We
thing.
gonna send them the whole thing.
They're
back.
gonna open it and be like, damn, this box is big. Wonder what this is. Open it and be like, God Almighty, good God. Yeah. Ask Rat Boy. I tell you what he is. He ain't here.
Yeah, here for what?
See, if I was a mailman and I seen one of them things come in the mail for somebody, you know what I'd do? I'd just keep it. I'd get some cow turd to put in there and send it back in people's name.
If I saw it, I'd throw it in the trash. Like if they were, sending it to the person's house, I'd throw it in the trash. I wouldn't even deliver it.
Nah,
I'd risk the federal jail time of tampering with mail because I'm gonna have to go back and pick it up.
Yeah, well, that's right.
I ain't doing it.
Nah, take that to the post office.
And they don't pack it well. They're like, it comes in a beautiful box with instructions.
You got to burp it like you do Tupperware.
No, yeah, I think so. I think so. You don't know how many, how much
Hit a nerve on
scarring.
that one.
That's that scar tissue there.
Oh, yeah. That,
Yeah, I think you do.
Yeah. So you what was I saying?
So you send it
Oh
back.
yeah, they send it in a beautiful box, and it's got the little cup thing and the receptacle, and it's got like a pamphlet. It tells you how to do it, what to do.
Oh, it's got directions.
It's probably got a VCR tape that you put in, and it shows, hey, here's how you do it. You know, here's
the-
what we'll
the
do when we
cartoon
get
of
it back.
it. Yeah.
Right. And I forgot what I was talking about.
In other words, when Irv started talking about burping that Tupperware, it discarded you, didn't it?
Shit.
Yeah, that brought up some
I,
terrible scar tissue. So
If I get into it, it's going to get hurtful, so I can't. But then they don't give you they don't want you to send all that shit back.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, they do.
Okay. What they want is they just want the receptacle back. So they give you a
Filled
little
to the proper line.
right. They give you a little
With a sticker
prepaid
on it.
label, and they're like, "Hey, just put this on the outside of the thing. You know, tighten it up real tight." Send it-
Not even in a box or nothing.
No.
Just straight bottle
Yeah.
of shit.
It's just a little jar of shit
Little
that
jar?
you send him back.
Little baby jar shit.
Yeah, and after I saw it, I thought spit is gross, but it seems more like you could get some more out of it.
It's like
I don't
less
know.
gross. It's like
Yeah.
less gross than the alternative.
Who went straight? Somebody saw the 23andMe, or what's the other one?
Ancestry.
Yeah, somebody saw that and they were like, "Dang, you can get all this information off of a little swab in someone's mouth."
Just imagine what you can get somebody shit in a bucket.
That was a meeting. That was a meeting that they had just like this, and they were like, "That is amazing science."
That's a good idea.
Somebody said that's a good idea. Somebody was over there pontificating, and somebody said, "Just imagine what you get out of shit."
That's how that board meeting went. Right? They were like,
And we're sitting here
Do
laughing
it.
about it. But whoever said that was of importance.
Oh,
and
yeah.
everybody else was like, "Oh my, that's a great idea."
he's a scientist.
And everybody went
He
home and
knows.
told their wife, "You ain't gonna believe what Jeff said today." Jeff said he want
They
people
thought-
to mail us their shit.
And they thought it was a good idea.
Everybody thought it was a
Now
good
we gotta
idea.
do it. Now
People's
we
gonna
have to
mail
do
us
it.
their shit.
Yeah, I'll tell you this much: I ain't doing it, Linda. I'll quit.
I quit. I quit over that.
I ain't doing that shit. Yesterday I was coming home from Anderson and I saw it wasn't a parachute. It could have been a parachute.
Where'd you see this pair of shoes at?
What is the thing where you
Hot air balloon.
No,
Hang glider.
that's what it was. And he was over the lake. And I thought, well, he could be one of those things that's attached to the boat, you know, like you see at the beach. People are just out there pretending like they're doing it. This guy was way up in the air, but it was over the lake. And I thought, how did he get up there?
Well, now some of them have an engine on them.
Oh, that's crazy.
A little small engine with a propeller and
Yeah,
Like a weed eater engine?
not much bigger, yeah. But they got a little engine on them and fly like a.
From what I could see, unless he had like a weed eater in his backpack or something, it looked like he was just hanging. It didn't look like he was in the little. I think I know what you're talking about. It looks like a go-kart, but it's.
Well, they even have them smaller than that. Like
Oh, damn.
Actually, like you
Where you
say,
can hang on?
straps on to them. It's actually a backpack, like a backpack blower, but
Yeah.
it's got a propeller on built
Blows
onto the
hard.
back of it, and that.
Just imagine that.
How's that gonna work out for you? You think?
I'm not doing it. But just imagine that.
There's a weight limit.
12
a weight limit.
Mercedes.
I'm gonna need a couple weed whackers.
They have a couple engines, about 4.
Just imagine that, having your little backpack glider on, you know, and you run and take off,
This don't work.
and then all of a sudden, you know, you're up there flying. You're like, man, this feels amazing, and you just like cuts that dome right off,
Yeah. Done.
scalped you like a native.
You at least fall in the lake. That's why
Hopefully,
he was doing it. That's
yeah,
why he was doing
probably.
it. You know.
Could have been ready to commit suicide or something. But I thought, there's no mountaintop here that he jumped off of. But now that Earl's clearly pointed out a flaw in my theory.
Enlightened.
Yeah,
Us.
that's what he did.
Yep.
He didn't.
How you get started on that? You just hold that thing and run real fast and takes
you
you off
gotta
the
have
ground.
enough
Hell, I'd never
You
get off
got
the
to
ground
have
if
a
you gotta run real
little
fast.
Bit of like
inclined
perch.
hill to jump off of. To
Probably
get you
jumped off his
going.
house.
Apparently, they will propel you fast enough to climb. You know, to
Damn.
get up in altitude.
I would be scared to death that my damn chute would get tangled up in the fan.
Yeah,
I wouldn't trust it. I wouldn't trust myself with it. Yeah. I'd trust it. I mean, I guess people
If
would,
Earl-
but I
the
wouldn't
next
trust
time you
myself
see
with
one
it.
and you look up, you can be rest assured that's not Earl up there.
Well, I was gonna say, if you made it, I'd trust it. I wouldn't use it, but I'd trust it.
I'd trust somebody to use it.
Yeah,
No,
ain't much on the hang gliding,
nah.
More on the ground type. Yeah.
ground gliding.
We have enough trouble on the ground, don't we?
Yeah.
So
Some guy tried to get me to join a fraternity the other day.
Did
Yeah, I was in line at Barbaritos getting some tacos, and we got to talking. There was a big line, and I hate when people talk to me.
Did you have underwear on?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. It was earlier than it was before 8:00, and he was talking. He's like, "Man, this line's long." I was like, "Yeah."
he? Yeah, no doubt.
And then I tried to get him to shut up by not feeding him another line, And he was like, "Man, I don't know. I gotta take a bunch of food back." I'm like, "Cool." Still not giving him anything to work with, and he's like, "Yeah, I got to get it back to the frat house." I was like, still not feeding into it, and he's like, "Man, we got some open spots if you want to join up." I was like, "I'm a fucking adult."
how often y'all serve these tacos?
That was a good point.
Are these free?
'Cause that did cross my mind. Who pays for these?
Yeah.
And he was like, "Yeah, we gotta, we're what do they call it when they're getting new people? Pledging."
Pledging.
Yeah.
Recruiting.
He's like, "We're pledging right now." I was like, "Nah, I'm busy on most every day."
I kind of have a job and a life.
Yeah. He's like, I said, "What school are you with?" He said, "Well, we're not really with a school." I was like, this isn't going to be good.
It sounds like a club.
But now I'm interested to know more about it.
He's got you hooked.
Not to join.
Well, now you got some questions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I'm still waiting in line. So I asked him, I said, "Well, what? You're not affiliated with a school. Why is it a fraternity?" He's like, "Well, it's like a brotherhood." I was like, "Oh, that's what it is."
I see. Like
I
a
said-
cult.
I said, "Well, let me ask you this." I said, "Do you guys have a secret handshake, or do y'all get together in the woods with fire?" He said, "Huh?" I said, "Yeah, what kind of brotherhood is it? Do you get together, in the woods at night with fire, and
White robes. And
white sheets, or do you get together in like little shitty clubhouses with protractors on the roof
Yeah, like older buildings.
and tickle each other's hand? Which one do you?" And he was like, we're a fraternity. I said, "Yeah, I got that much."
Yeah, I know that part.
I said, "But which kind of shitbag club are you?"
Yeah.
And then he's getting kind of upset because I'm talking shit about his club. I said, "Or do you ride motorcycles? What kind of fraternity is it?" And he didn't really have all the details, but he gave me a pamphlet. Yeah, they're the Woodsmen, and I ain't with all that. So I left that pamphlet on the table there at Barbaritos. So somebody is going to be like, "Oh shit," So what
It's a
people
sign.
in here? Yeah. So,
What are they doing here?
Yeah.
These are tacos.
Right. And then on the way home,
woods.
a damn Freemason had tipped over his motorcycle in the road. And I knew he was a Freemason because he was an old man who had tipped his motorcycle over. Didn't have a wreck.
Nah.
He had stopped to
Forgot
scratch
to
his
put
ass.
feet down.
Yeah.
Had to tippy
And
toe it.
tipped it
rolled that
over.
ankle.
Well, yeah, evidently, because there's damn 6 police cars, 2 fire trucks holding me up from getting home to eat my tacos. I'm like, what are we? And then I get up to it expecting there to be a wreck or an ambulance or, a decapitation.
Yeah, no, something worth having this much emergency personnel.
And there's just a fat bastard over there sitting on the ditch.
Just turtle shelling on the ground there.
Yeah, and his bike's now standing back up. Evidently, he had some help getting it back up. But he's sitting in a ditch, and he's just going,
Forgot to put my feet down again.
yeah,
I knew this would happen again.
yeah. So that's how I
He's
knew.
on his phone with his wife.
Yeah.
Did you forget to put your feet down again?
That's what she's saying. That's what she's saying. What is a? Sorry, I had a bunch of questions. What's a au pair?
An au pair is one of them things that you cut in half and make salad out of. That's one of your favorites, I know.
Yeah.
You put what?
Put a dollop of mayonnaise in there,
cheese
some
and
cheese
a
on
little
it.
cherry on top. And
That's
then
what you
got-
say,
you
au
got
pair.
Au
salad.
pair salad.
Redheaded.
Somebody said that they were. What was I doing?
We wasn't with you. We
I
don't
was
know.
looking on the link, the job website, and somebody was hiring for an au pair.
I don't know.
I think an au pair is like a personal assistant.
Oh,
I
okay.
think.
I think an au pair is kind of like usually it's a female and they're in charge of the family.
Oh,
In
like
other
a
words,
nanny.
the kids getting them ready for school, or cooking supper, or something like that.
Like a maid/nanny.
Yeah,
Sort of, yeah.
Yeah.
So generally, they younger.
Like an ingrown baby. Not an ingrown.
Them ingrown babies are tough.
In-house baby.
You gotta get tweezers.
What is
and
it?
all kinds of stuff.
It's like an indentured servant.
Well, like no, it's more of a job. It's I think you had it right with nanny initially.
Okay.
I think it's like more of a housework nanny.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Unless you have kids, then she could probably get the kids ready.
Yeah.
And make pear salad.
Definitely make pear salad.
If I hired an au pair and she started playing that bullshit, she'd be fired immediately on the spot.
Get out.
Yeah.
Get out.
Hey, look what I got today. Some mayonnaise, some pears, some cheese. Get out.
Get out. I'm calling the cops.
Yeah, I'm calling the cops. And I'm reporting this on your credit. You know, she's like, what?
Don't use me as a reference.
Yeah, I'm not going to write you a good recommendation. I thought
You've taken the title a little too seriously.
yeah, I thought
Ruined my day also.
I saw it and it's spelled A-U.
Oh.
It's a French word.
Is it French? Okay.
French, yeah.
Oh, pear.
Yeah.
Say
It starts with an AU and then there's a space or like a hyphen.
And,
And
Pear.
I saw it and I was like, what is that? I thought it was like a cake maker or like a
Cake maker.
like a what is it? The
Sifter.
no.
You're thinking au jus sauce is what you're thinking.
Yeah,
No,
that's what I was
more like
connecting the two, but pear sounded fancy.
like a sous chef.
Yeah, but like for baked goods.
I got you.
What is
Sous
that?
baker.
No. That's a lady I used to go to church with. It's like what the fuck are those things called?
Pastry.
Yeah,
Chef.
pastry chef, but they're Jesus Christ, what is it? It has something to do with confetti. Fuck.
Surprise.
Because they use a confection oven.
Yeah, confectionist. That's it.
Confectionist.
Idiots.
Yeah, oh, yeah, I got you. Like a cookie maker.
Yeah.
A baker.
Yeah, like a confectionaire.
I like them little Keebler guys.
Oh, well, dude, that's like...
Those guys are au pairs, I bet.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to say, that's like, your title's baker. You work in a bakery, but that's, the resume builder portion of it. Like, don't just say baker. Say confectionist.
That's if you have the little squeeze tube of jelly or whatever.
Yeah,
Fill it up to
the donuts.
yeah, I almost said hot dogs. I'm not putting no jelly on my hot dog.
Y'all gonna think that this is
Earl, you putting jelly on your hot dogs?
no.
Okay.
But when I was in the Navy, and I went to Memphis, Tennessee, to school, or Millington, just north of Memphis. There was 3 weeks wait time between when I got there and my school started. So guess where I worked for those 3 weeks?
Dunkin' Donuts
Oh, yeah.
In the bakery
of the
at
Navy.
the base. Yeah.
Oh,
What?
So I was, for a short period of time, I was a baker.
Confectionist.
We made
Earl, you know what? That does not surprise none of us.
no.
Mm-mm.
I mean, if we had said, Earl, can you make us a 2-tier lemon drop cake? I would sure you would say, well, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
give me 15
like I'm an
minutes.
idiot for asking, you know.
Yeah.
We
Of
made
course I
bear
can.
claws. Oh man, we made all kinds
Oh
of
yeah.
things.
Oh, well, now that sounds
See, I
delicious.
worked the night shift. That was the bad part about it. We
Yeah.
work at night.
Mm.
That way it was all ready for breakfast in the morning.
Right.
And they'd throw down on them bear claws.
Now, how often do you bake now?
Let's see, today's Saturday, never.
Yeah. That just like that said, that doesn't surprise me one bit. There are very few things that we could say, hey, we know about this.
Well, see, here's the thing about Earl.
Yeah.
He does things in steps.
Yeah.
Just like being this baker.
Okay.
You know, that don't surprise us none.
Mhm.
But Earl said, well, I got 3 weeks. I guess I'll do this for 3 weeks. Well, so now he did it for 3 weeks. He's a baker now.
Yeah.
You know, and he goes on to the next thing. We can do this a couple weeks. So now he's Do this about a month, yeah. Don't do this 7
Once
years.
you master something, you might as well move on.
Yeah, good point.
Yep.
Good point.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, Earl, you are a lifelong learner. I feel like there's not much that, even if you didn't know, I feel like you could still learn it. Like, and give you 3 weeks to be, a baker.
Yeah.
You got it. Okay, sweet. What's next?
Yeah, swim coach.
Yeah.
I would have never thought in a million years that at 61 years old I would learn how to work on well pumps.
Yeah.
Now
Or
you're a well
work a
pump
new phone.
engineer.
Or become
Well,
a damn.
that's still a project. That's still in work.
Still learning on
Yeah,
that one.
That one's taking a little longer than I thought.
Yeah, at 60 years old, you have, you're still learning, just like Josh said. You're ever learning,
Ever
like
long.
a green tree.
Yeah.
You
Evergreen.
are, who knew at 60 years old you become a damn guru?
Yeah, who would have ever thought that?
A
You know?
hero to the masses, per se.
Yeah, I mean,
Well, I'll be honest with y'all. I think it was about 1986. I thought one time Earl would be a good guru.
Yeah.
I remember thinking that to myself.
Myself.
And then all the year later,
yep.
it's coming to fruit.
That
fruit-
compounded
fruit-
knowledge.
It's coming. It's gonna
over
happen.
the 61 years.
When did you cut your mullet off? Or when did the Lord cut your mullet off?
I'm thinking that kind of went naturally.
But you did have a mullet.
No.
Well, shit.
No.
Oh, see, I would have that.
That-
We would have got that one wrong.
There are lines that I do not cross.
Would.
That's one
See,
of
now that I think about it, you're more professional than that.
Well, I'm not talking about one of these bitch-ass mullets that people have nowadays. I'm talking about like in the late 70s, early 80s. Fucking
Oh, I had a perm one time.
close
No.
enough.
Yeah, close enough.
Yeah,
We'll
that
count
counts.
that. We'll count that.
That counts. Was it waving in the back when you went fast? Or was it just all...
Well, I don't know. I couldn't see back there.
I feel like at some point... That we'll keep that a secret.
Just talking about that, the greatest line I ever heard from Earl.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we coming home one night from Clemson at like 2:00, and Earl driving, he gets pulled over,
Mm-hmm.
and the cop comes up there to Earl, and he don't ask for driving license. He says, "Sir, you got a tail light out." And here's the best line I ever heard. Earl says, "No, sir. I drive from inside the car."
That's a fact.
You're not wrong.
I mean,
Yeah.
I don't often put it in drive and let it go down the road, run behind it, make sure it ain't working.
That's a fact. Hey, he was starting in with his guruism.
And that's it. Calling
Yeah.
it like he sees it.
Yeah.
It was 2 or 3 days
That's a
after that I
bullshit.
thought about that. Earl be a guru,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
He's
it
gonna be a hell of a guru one day.
doesn't surprise me one bit.
Is and I don't know the difference, but is he more of a swami or a guru?
A swami, here's the difference. A swami has a funny hat and is normally
Fat.
yeah.
Yeah, you could say that.
Yeah.
You could say that. On
Yeah.
the chubbier side.
So you put me in a funny hat, you give me Josh's hat, swami.
Swami.
You put Earl in a funny
Irish
hat,
swami.
he's a boxer from, New England. That's you know what? If we passed your hat around here, we would all be different things.
Yep.
You, Bryson DeChambeau's little brother.
Mm-hmm.
Dad would be a newspaper delivery person from England.
Yep.
Earl would be a boxer from New England.
Yep.
And I would be a swami.
Yeah.
Or
Well,
like
that's
a-
why I got it.
Or like a fat like food tour guide in England.
Or like in New York.
Yeah, your hat looks real English.
Yeah. Well, it's more of an English descent, but I feel like
Turn it around the other way right fast. Now you look like,
A bicyclist.
Wesley Snipes.
yeah, you look
I
like
know.
Wesley Snipes. Yeah.
Yep.
You look like Whitesley Snipes,
White.
Whitesley snack.
who pays his taxes.
It's not a Kangol hat, though. It's a
That's what we need to
generic
do.
brand.
Start wearing a different hat every podcast,
Yeah.
I try to do
And-
that, but
and-
I love this hat, man.
and we'll always decide what we are.
That could be a good segment.
Let
I don't have a
everybody
lot
else
of.
guess what you are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I don't have a lot of hats. I could wear a like a mask.
Yeah.
Not like a gay ass COVID mask, but like a
Squirrel mask.
squirrel mask, deer mask, lion mask.
And we'll say, oh, you're a squirrel.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you look.
Oh, you a deer.
Mine would be the softball. Yeah, you a fat deer. You a deer that's gonna feed a couple families.
Speaking of deer, I got thinking the other day, back when we started talking about when God made animals and stuff. I guarantee you what happened. Like I said, God was tired, but he seen a deer over there, and he says, well, that's all right there. And he said, but I got 37 more animals to go. Hand that deer here. Hand him here just a minute. And he reached down there, and he stretched his legs out real long. Said, that's pretty good. He said, grabbed him by the neck, stretched his neck out way up here. Said, all right, take him back there and paint him yellow, put some brown spots on him. Why you got him back there? Put 2 little horns on his head. Call him a giraffe. Call him a giraffe. And then that's how we got a giraffe. I guarantee it was.
They do. If you've ever seen a giraffe walk, it does kind of walk like a deer.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
Drunk deer.
Yeah, it staggers a lot, and I think because of their size, they're a little bit slower. But dude, if you ever seen a giraffe run, my God.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, they can haul ass.
Yeah, it's terrifying,
Are
really.
they fast?
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
They look slow, but because their legs are so long, they're taking
Yeah, their
Yeah.
stride's
slow,
like 35 feet.
big steps.
Jesus.
I made that up, but
How tall is a giraffe? 11.5 feet.
no,
Tall enough to
probably
get up there and eat
16.
them leaves on the
How many?
Probably
tree.
16.
16 footer.
Probably
Yeah, I'd say
so.
15.
Yeah, I'd
15,
say
16
16
off the
feet or
ground.
so.
You know, from straight hoof to head.
What's the tallest ladder you can buy without a permit?
48 feet.
48
Oh,
foot.
shit.
That's how tall they are.
Damn,
They couldn't make them no
that's a
taller.
big ladder.
Yeah. No, I'm talking about giraffes. Couldn't make giraffes no taller.
Oh,
How you gonna
okay.
get up there to cut their hair or whatever?
Trim their horn.
Yeah, why they got them nub horns? Why they got full racks like deer?
That would be terrifying as well.
That-
Because that
Well,
would-
They
I
can't
think
have
what
those-
happened is they got broke off when he was stretching their neck. He grabbed
Yeah.
him by the horn and was stretching.
Well, they was long.
They
Yeah, when he
broke off.
stretched his neck, well, they went in,
Yeah.
But then, see, God knows everything because God said, put them big old antler. No, don't do that. They'll be up there eating and get tangled up in the tree, and we'll have to call the fire department or somebody, to get them down and
48
stuff.
Get a
foot
ladder.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you think? I'm glad you brought that up because I forgot. But do you think when you passed out before?
Yeah, a little while ago.
On the way over here.
When we burped that Tupperware, I went out.
I've never passed out, but I feel like I've came close.
Mhm.
You've never passed out.
Not standing up.
I used to pass out every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday night.
There you go.
Hey,
Oh, now if we're talking about that, then yeah, I passed out and
There
ruined
you
the
go.
coffee table.
Mhm.
And I've told that story.
But you're talking about like non-inebriated passing out. Like
Yeah.
straight, just stand up too fast. Go.
No, we ain't never done that.
Sleep.
Yeah.
No,
I wonder if when you pass out, it's like,
You talking about standing up too fast or something like that?
yeah, no, that's a lot of what happens to me. I'll stand up too fast,
Yeah.
and my body will be like, "Whoa, big boy."
Easy.
now,
Yeah.
big fella.
Take this in steps.
And but I wonder if like when you pass out, if it's like driving outside the gates of heaven.
Driving out?
You think?
Well, not driving, but like being outside the gates and you just getting a quick, glance of it.
Or is it more like just a quick nap?
Yeah.
And you didn't know about?
Which one is it?
Surprise nap.
Yeah. It's either, you get a quick, what is it when you drive by something real fast? And
Glimpse.
yeah, you get a glimpse of heaven. Or is it just like, ooh, power nap?
Yeah. And the next thing you know, you're waking up and you're
What
on the
happened?
ground. Yeah. Oh, I hit my head.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Someone punched me in the face. Like,
No, you just passed out.
Yeah.
That was your own body.
You stood up too fast. No one hit you. Yeah.
No, man, that would be. I would hate to have that a condition that makes you do that because my God, would you ever know if somebody actually hit you?
Well, I feel like I have that condition. It's called being fat. And it has to do with my
Low
blood
blood
sugar,
sugar.
probably. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like my sugar can't catch up when I stand up real fast.
Whoa.
It's like, whoa, we got to get all the way up there.
We've been
Some
pulling
lady-
down on these legs.
Some lady, we do customer service and sales, right? So we talk on the phone a lot. And I I'm very friendly on the phone. You meet me in person, I'm not real friendly. Josh is he's friendly all the time on the phone, in person. Everybody loves him. So I was talking to this lady the other day, and she said, "Can I ask you a question?" I said, "Sure."
No.
She said, "Are you fat?" I said, "Whoa." So initially, I kind of laughed like I did just then, and then I thought,
How could she know that on the phone?
"Wait a minute,
Do you
wait a
speak
minute."
fat?
Yeah, what is
I said, "Why do you ask that?" She said, "I don't know. You just kind of sounded out of breath." And I said, "Well, damn."
I answered the phone.
I said, "Yeah, I mean,
You're
I'm
not wrong.
I'm
but-
not skinny, so I said it's weird that you could hear that though." She said, "Yeah, I was just assuming." I was like, "Well," and I should have been like, "Well, you know what that does," and but I wasn't an ass.
That's
on
when
a
I
buck
said,
60 second.
"Are you
wet.
ugly?"
Well, that's what I asked her. I said, "Are you divorced?" And she kind of laughed. She said, "Hi, can you hear that through the phone?" I said, "Nah, but you sound like a top shelf bitch, so I know you ain't fucking married." And I could hear that shit loud and clear. And she hung up.
No sale there, huh?
And I thought, I win.
Check one for the phone fatty.
Check one for the out of brass salesman. Yeah, sorry. I tripped coming in my office,
I had to catch myself.
stumbled,
Is what it is.
ran around my desk to get the phone,
There
and
you
I'm
go.
fat.
Also,
She
I
was
am
right.
fat. Yeah.
But I feel like I was probably
But that
right,
wasn't
too.
the point, whether she was right or not.
Was
Yeah,
not the
we're-
point.
We're going punch for punch here.
Yeah.
I win.
Yeah, no one wants to get in a damn word fight with your boys because
No.
we'll hurt people's feelings
We get hurt
quickly.
real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Quickly. And we'll record it and then put it out on the internet.
Yeah, talk about it. Be
Welcome
proud
back to
of it.
another episode of your boys podcast.
That's what we'll do.